People in committed, loving relationships may cheat for a range of complex reasons, even when they still feel affection for their partner. Research consistently shows that emotional dissatisfaction is the leading cause. In fact, studies reveal that 57% of men and 34% of women who have cheated reported feeling emotionally disconnected from their partner. This emotional void often creates vulnerability, which can lead to infidelity. Other common motivators include boredom, a desire for excitement or variety, and the thrill of experiencing something new. From the perspective of evolutionary psychology, some individuals may also be driven by unconscious desires or unmet sexual needs, even within a stable relationship. Dr. Gary Newman's book, The Truth About Cheating, highlights this trend, especially among men, noting that psychological disconnection is one of the main reasons behind their infidelity. Similarly, a study published in the Archives of Sexual Behavior found that about 20% of people in monogamous relationships admitted to cheating at some point, even if they were otherwise satisfied in the relationship. Relationship experts also point to psychological factors such as low self-esteem or a need for external validation as significant contributors. Cheating is often less about a lack of love and more about addressing personal insecurities, emotional neglect, or simply seizing an unexpected opportunity. Even in otherwise fulfilling relationships, a lack of emotional connection can lead to frustration and emotional distress, prompting some individuals to seek that connection elsewhere through an affair. This pattern is supported by data from relationship studies and surveys that explore the underlying causes of infidelity. When emotional needs go unmet, a sense of distance begins to grow between partners, often causing them to drift apart. Emotional closeness is a core component of a healthy and lasting relationship, and its absence can leave individuals feeling isolated and unfulfilled. In many cases, cheating does not stem from a lack of love, but from a deep desire to feel understood, valued, and emotionally satisfied. The need to feel appreciated and emotionally connected can become so strong that it drives individuals to seek those experiences outside of their primary relationship. This highlights how unmet emotional needs are often at the heart of infidelity, even when love still exists between partners. Here are some of the most common reasons as to why people cheat on their partners. Number 1, boredom and stagnation. Infidelity often takes root in boredom and relationship stagnation. When a primary relationship loses its spark and slips into a routine, partners may begin to feel unfulfilled, both emotionally and sexually. This sense of monotony can create a craving for excitement, leading some individuals to seek passion and novelty outside the relationship. Boredom is a powerful motivator for physical cheating, as people may look for ways to escape the dullness and rekindle the excitement they once felt. Becoming too comfortable or complacent with a partner can sometimes cause individuals to miss the thrill of early romance, sparking a desire to experience that intensity again. When a relationship becomes stale and emotionally disconnected, it weakens the bond between partners. In such cases, infidelity can feel like a tempting, though damaging, escape from the routine. Rather than addressing the underlying dissatisfaction, the act of cheating becomes a way to temporarily restore a sense of energy and desire that has been lost within the relationship. Number 2, lack of sexual satisfaction. A healthy relationship depends on a balanced combination of sexual and emotional intimacy. When intimacy begins to fade, it can become one of the most common triggers for infidelity. A lack of sexual connection often leads to boredom, feelings of rejection, and unmet desires, which may open the door to temptation in the form of a new sexual relationship. Even in relationships where physical intimacy is present, mismatched sexual needs or preferences can cause frustration and a sense of disapproval or misunderstanding. When partners feel unfulfilled or judged in the bedroom, it can create emotional distance and resentment. Sometimes emotional love alone isn't enough to sustain long-term satisfaction, especially when sexual connection begins to wane. This exhaustion or disconnect can lead someone to seek excitement elsewhere in an attempt to satisfy physical cravings. In some cases, hidden or taboo desires may become strong enough to override loyalty. The search for renewed excitement, passion, or validation through sexual encounters outside the relationship can become a way of reclaiming lost energy and fulfillment. Number 3, seeking validation and self-worth. Apathy toward oneself and the need for external approval can also play a significant role in infidelity. Individuals who struggle with insecurity may look outside their relationship for validation, using adultery as a way to boost their self-esteem. When someone feels overlooked or unappreciated by their partner, they may seek reassurance and recognition from others to fill that emotional gap. This search for external validation can offer a temporary sense of confidence and self-worth, even at the cost of damaging their existing relationship. In these cases, cheating is often not a rejection of the partner, but rather a misguided attempt to cope with internal feelings of inadequacy. It becomes a self-defeating strategy to feel valued and seen, highlighting how personal insecurity can quietly erode relationship boundaries. Number 4, revenge cheating. Revenge cheating is often driven by anger, pain, and a deep sense of betrayal. It usually occurs when someone finds out their partner has been unfaithful and, in a moment of emotional turmoil, decides to retaliate by cheating as well. The goal is often to make the other person feel the same hurt and betrayal, to even the score, or to express unresolved resentment. This form of cheating is not about desire or connection, but rather a reaction rooted in emotional pain and bitterness. It becomes a way of repaying perceived abuse with more hurt. However, instead of bringing closure or justice, revenge cheating often worsens the situation, deepening mistrust and emotional damage. The emotional aftermath can be severe for both partners. While it might feel like a form of justice in the moment, it usually leads to greater suffering and makes healing or reconciliation far more difficult. In most cases, revenge cheating only adds to the trauma and creates lasting harm that may be impossible to undo. Emotional cheating can be just as painful as physical cheating, and in some cases even more damaging to a relationship. Unlike purely physical affairs that may lack emotional attachment, emotional infidelity involves forming a deep, meaningful connection with someone outside the relationship. This type of bond can slowly replace the intimacy and trust that should exist between partners. Often, emotional affairs develop quietly and privately, with growing feelings of affection, support, and desire. Over time, this emotional closeness can begin to overshadow the connection with one's partner, creating distance and conflict in the primary relationship. Emotional cheating blurs the line between friendship and betrayal, and it can lead to feelings of mistrust, insecurity, and emotional pain, even if no physical affair has taken place. These connections can significantly weaken a relationship, and as the emotional bond with the outside person strengthens, the risk of eventual physical infidelity increases. Ultimately, emotional cheating can erode the foundation of trust and leave long-lasting damage. Cheating has become more accessible than ever with the rise of social media, dating apps, and online communities. Technology has created new spaces where boundaries between harmless interaction and emotional betrayal can easily become blurred. Online cheating, which may include sexting, phone flirting, or exchanging explicit photos, might appear less serious to some, but it can be just as emotionally devastating as physical infidelity. The constant availability of online platforms makes temptation difficult to resist. The internet offers endless opportunities for secret communication, flirtation, and emotional or sexual exploration without the need to physically leave one's home. This ease of access can make it especially dangerous for individuals who struggle with sexual addictions or who seek constant novelty and stimulation. In many cases, the emotional and psychological impact of online cheating is just as painful for the betrayed partner. It fosters secrecy, breaks trust, and often leads to feelings of betrayal, insecurity, and heartbreak, regardless of whether the affair ever becomes physical. Preventing infidelity in a relationship starts with clear communication and mutual trust. Trust is the foundation of any healthy partnership, and both emotional and physical needs should be acknowledged and nurtured from the beginning. When each person feels valued, heard, and satisfied, the relationship is more likely to remain strong and stable. Couples can strengthen their bond by discussing concerns openly, addressing conflicts before they escalate, and maintaining closeness through physical affection and emotional connection. When both partners are attentive to each other's needs, it becomes easier to avoid feelings of neglect or disconnection that often lead to cheating. Maintaining a healthy relationship is a shared responsibility. It takes consistent effort from both people to keep the connection strong. If problems persist or concerns about infidelity remain, seeking help from a professional can provide support, improve communication, and help rebuild trust before further damage occurs. Psychic readings can offer meaningful guidance during difficult relationship challenges, especially after infidelity. When trust is broken, the emotional pain can be overwhelming and hard to process. A live psychic can help you explore the deeper reasons behind your partner's actions, reveal unresolved issues, and provide insight into what may lie ahead. These readings go beyond surface advice, offering a spiritual and intuitive understanding of your relationship. By helping you tune into emotional dynamics and hidden feelings, psychic love readings can support healing, restore clarity, and guide you toward rebuilding trust, whether you choose to move forward together or apart. That brings us to the end of today's video, but thanks for joining us, and may your journey be filled with clarity and inspiration, love and light.